Hello, thank you for joining with me. We are in A Course in Miracles workbook for students, part 2 of the workbook, lesson 258. Let me remember that my goal is God. All that is needful is to train our minds to overlook all the little senseless aims and to remember that our goal is God. His memory is hidden in our minds, obscured but by our pointless little aims, which offer nothing and do not exist. Shall we continue to allow God's grace to shine in unawareness, while the toys and trinkets of the world are sought instead? God is our only goal, our only love. We have no aim but to remember Him. Our goal is but to follow in the way that leads to you. We have no goal but this. What could we want but to remember you? What could we seek but our identity? This is the commentary by Robert Perry and Alan Watson. This portion is by Alan Watson. Let me remember that my goal is God. Have you noticed that we are into a series of Let Me Remember days? Starting with yesterday's lesson, there are 4 Let Me Remembers in a row. What my purpose is, that my goal is God, that there is no sin, and God created me. There was one earlier lesson also, lesson 124. Let me remember that I am one with God. That is one of the things workbook practice is all about, remembering. How often during the day does the lesson for the day cross my mind? How often do I pause to reflect on it for a minute or two? How often does my state of mind reflect my only purpose, or God as my goal? And how much of the time does my mind reflect something quite contrary? The purpose of set times, morning, evening, and hourly, is to retrain my mind to think along the lines of the Course. There is no question in my mind that we need such training and such practice. I don't know about you, but I know I do. All that is needful is to train our minds to overlook all the little senseless aims and to remember that our goal is God. The little senseless aims, however, loom large in our consciousness, and they do not seem little to us. They preoccupy our minds and keep them from their true goal. So training is needful. The memory of God is in us already. We don't have to dig for it. God is in your memory. All that we need to do is overlook or give up our pointless little goals which offer nothing and do not exist. They are obscuring the memory of God within us. With them out of the way, the memory of God will come flooding back into our awareness. The toys and trinkets of the world that we so avidly pursue cause God's grace to shine in unawareness. God's sunlight is shining, but we do not see it. We go shopping or eat chocolate or watch TV. Not just in malls for things, but in relationships for specialness, in the marketplace for power and influence and wealth, in the bars for sex, and with our TV remote controls for entertainment or numbness. I added the numbness because that's one of my areas that I use to kind of numb myself from everything. So do I want the memory of God? All that is needful is that I be willing to train my mind to stop blinding me to it. Let me remember, oh God, let me remember. God is our only goal, our only love. We have no aim but to remember Him. What else could I want that compares with this? Each time today that my heart is tugged to shop for something else, let it be a signal to my mind to stop and to remember my goal is God. A poem I learned in my Christian days pops into my mind. Some of these folks knew what they were talking about. My goal is God Himself, not joy, nor peace, nor even blessing, but Himself, my God. 'Tis His to lead me there, not mine, but His, at any cost, dear Lord, by any road. One thing I know, I cannot say Him nay. One thing I do, I press onwards towards my Lord. I press on towards my Lord. My God, my glory here from day to day, and in the glory there, my great reward. And that's by Frederick Brooke. A course friend of mine sent us some baseball-type caps imprinted with the letters MOGIG. They stand for, my only goal is God. I think I'll wear that hat today as I work. It will be a good reminder. I need it tattooed on my hand. MOGIG, my only goal is God. All right, if you'll please close your eyes, I will lead us into a silent meditation for 15 minutes. And then we will read our section on what is sin. Let me remember my goal is God. Our goal is but to follow in the way that leads to you. We have no goal but this. What could we want but to remember you? What could we seek but our identity? Let me remember that my goal is God. Thank you so much for joining with me in this meditation, and now we will read our section in What is Sin, which is in paragraph 4, sentence 4. But all the while his Father shines on him and loves him with an everlasting love, which his pretenses cannot change at all. While we are all deeply involved in the drama of this childish game, reality continues. It has never changed. But all the while, his Father shines on him and loves him with an everlasting love, which his pretenses cannot change at all. Our pretenses, the childish game, the playing at being bodies that suffer evil and guilt and death, has not changed and cannot change the deep, abiding reality of God's love. The endless, perfect safety in which we dwell in Him. The changelessness of heaven is in you, so deep within that nothing in this world but passes by, unnoticed and unseen. The still infinity of endless peace surrounds you gently in its soft embrace, so strong and quiet, tranquil in the might of its Creator. Nothing can intrude upon the sacred Son of God within. In a sense, God's love guarantees our eternal safety, because His love is everlasting, and so are we. While His love endures, we endure also. The Son of Life cannot be killed. He is immortal as His Father. What He is cannot be changed. He is the only thing in all the universe that must be one. What seems eternal, all will have an end. The stars will disappear, and night and day will be no more. All things that come and go, the tides and seasons and the lives of men, all things that change with time and bloom and fade will not return. Where time has set an end is not where the eternal is. God's Son can never change by what men made of Him. He will be as He was and as He is, for time appointed, not His destiny, nor set the hour of His birth and death. Thank you so much. Please read the What is Sin section in its entirety today, or listen to the video, which is on my YouTube page. You could do a search by looking for the word sin or what is sin. Lesson 258. Let me remember that my goal is God. I love you. Thank you for joining with me.